The deity's head and hands are missing, severed as if by a sword. You can't tell if this was meant to be symbolic somehow, or a mere act of vandalism. As you take in its chiseled details, you have a vision. The statue comes to life and embraces you awkwardly with its broken arms. Unable to resist, you're flown away into an endless dark.
That shrine seems to have brought me here. What is this place?
The helmeted figure before you slowly turns to face you. He raises his weapon, a great ethereal sword, and rushes forward, ready to strike you. The figure plants a foot before you, raises his sword, and commands,
"Fight!"
The figure charges you head-on, ready to plunge the sword into your chest. As he charges, he suddenly evaporates into the ether, passing through your body. Deep, dark cold blooms in every particle of your body. The figure materializes behind you and grabs your head with one hand, pressing his sword to your throat with the other. If you so much as breathe too suddenly, it will slice your jugular with ease.
You are my champion? How I wasted my efforts saving you as the ship went down. The Divine is dead. Voidwoken haunt the night. Do you think I would let my people, our people, suffer so deeply without intervening? I chose you to be my champion, but it seems I've chosen wrong.
He staggers back, holding his nose. The wound on your neck quickly knits together. He smiles.
You may do well after all. Recognize me. You are my champion, and I am your god.
He lifts his visor. Two deep green eyes fix you in their stare. In an instant, you know you are speaking to Ralik, god of all humans.
In a moment of weakness, we were led astray. We have suffered greatly for our mistakes, and our people along with us. But now there may be a way to mend what has been broken. I see a spark in you. The beginnings of a fire that may blaze our path back to preeminence in Rivellon. This is why I have chosen you to lead humankind back toward divinity. This is why you are my selected, my Godwoken. Let me show you.
A great surge of power arrests your heart, your mind. When it passes, you feel ecstatic, replete.
You may have noticed I've tried to help you on your journey. I blessed the water beneath your feet so that it would aid you. Now you have the power for yourself. And this is only the beginning. More and greater powers await you, if only you will seek them. Only one like you can wield them. One marked for greatness. One who can either rise to this great task or let her people fall to ruin. Your purpose will be great, but the first step is simple. Escape the grasp of those who would do you harm. You and you alone must safely leave this place. You and you alone must rise above the reach of minor people.
Ralik visibly bristles at the mention of your companions.
I am not the only of the seven seeking a champion, my child. Your friends may have been similarly summoned by powers that threaten the very existence of our race.
He casts his gaze over the war below, where God fights God in a relentless, bloodless battle.
Times have changed. The gods are at war. The victor will choose the terms of peace. If we fail, if you fail, our race may well be lost. A father knows when he may trust in his children, and when he must intervene. I know that you will succeed, if you do not disappoint me.
ring. It's loose. Get off me and stay off.
Up on the ledge before you, a lone lizard woman overlooks the marshes. Her stare is as sharp as the bolt eyeing you from atop her crossbow.
Stand back and keep your hands off your weapons. Convince me you're no Magister, or draw one last deep breath. I will not. You do not wear the collar of oppression. Explain. I have heard of this woman. No Magister would know. She can deceive our enemies, but sadly she cannot escape them. You do not share this weakness, as your presence here. I apologize for the steel-tipped welcome, but lives are at stake. Hold on, I'll let you up.
With one graceful motion, the lizard throws down a tangled mess of vines for you to climb.
Come, ascend to the sanctuary of Amadia. You'll find you're not the only guest here, but the Great Mother provides for all.
Amadia's eye is in the sky. The seven watch us. They're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes and rest your wee head.
A young man in oversized armor paces around a table covered with a spread of maps, his face a tight scowl of frustration.
Every approach blocked. Oh, damn it! What good are battle tactics against those things, anyway?
He glances up. In quick succession, he becomes aware of both your presence and the fact that you're not a familiar face.
Who the blazes are you? A sorcerer, indeed. I should have realized. A seeker can always recognize a sorcerer when they see one. You met Verdus? Oh, then he's as good as dead. We're the seekers he spoke of. We were supposed to free him. Instead, we've failed him.
The seven watch us. You're safe in bed. So close
You,
your sweet
a
eyes
Godwoken?
and rest.
Surely not. Though if Verdus said so. You could be important, but there's no way to be certain until we've left this blasted island behind us.
The young man anxiously fidgets with his curved bow. You've found a matter close to his heart, evidently.
That's easier said than done, I'm afraid. Much easier said. The Magisters have us cornered. They have these weapons called Shriekers. If we try to go against them unprepared, we're dead. We've lost many already. They were sorcerers once, but after whatever perversions the Magisters subjected them to, they're death incarnate. If they can see you, they can kill you, instantly. After we retreated here, our leader, Sir Gareth, set out looking for some ancient weapons that could counter those things. Then we could break the Magister blockade and escape this island. But he hasn't returned. If Sir Gareth doesn't come back with those weapons in tow, well, this island will be our grave.
The young man throws a furtive glance towards the shrine looming out of the water nearby, then leans in to whisper.
The masked priestess, Gratiana. She gave us shelter here and told Sir Gareth how to stop the Shriekers. But she unnerves me. Speak to her if you wish. She may know more. Sir Gareth? He's the finest seeker I know. I'm honoured to serve as his squire. He wouldn't let us down. Not unless something's gone horribly wrong. You'll help us?
His shoulders visibly relax, the weighty armour upon them settling with a clink.
Thank you. Allies are in short supply in this place. If you help us, I promise we'll get you as far away from this place as possible.
Hear my prayer. Protect
Wished, bonny bairn, now don't you cry. The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky.
them safe in your grace.
The seven watch o'er us, you're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes and rest your wee head.
Please, Anatoliy, bless and protect your humble servant.
Wished, bonny bairn, now don't you cry. The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky.
Won't ever stop.
The seven watch o'er us, you're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes and rest your wee head.
In their time of need. I pray that you ease their pain and see them safe in your grace.
Wished, bonny bairn, now don't you
Smoke
cry.
and screams. Echoes of death.
The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky.
Gareth,
The seven
come
watch o'er
back.
us, you're safe in bed.
And see them
So close your sweet eyes and rest your wee head.
Please, ask. Whatever helps. We keep the ideals of Lucian the Divine alive. The world needs source, and those who are most adept at using it. We aim to protect those special few.
The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky. The
We
seven
came
watch
to
o'er us,
free an elf
you're
called
safe in
Verdus
bed.
from Fort Joy. He was a godwoken. He could have been the next divine, but we failed him. None. He set out to find those source weapons, and that's the last we saw of him. The Magister flagship, the Lady Vengeance, she's anchored at the old harbour. Once the way is clear, we're to take her and get the hell out of here. Maybe we should fortify this place. Make a stand. No, no, we don't have the time. Think, damn it.
Wished Bonnie Barn.
Gareth
now
would know
don't
what
you
to do.
cry. The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky. The seven watch o'er us, you're safe in bed.
I pray
So
that you
close your
ease their
sweet eyes and
see them
rest your
safe
wee head.
in your grace.
Hold up. I've got to take care of some business. Friend, how does life find you?
Well, I'll be, if it ain't the beasts of the sea. Stories of your beard alone fly across Riverland like flocks of crows. Fair bit more inland than you'd prefer, yeah?
Ain't I know it, ain't I know it.
Beast claps him on the back and chuckles heartily. If they hadn't met just a moment ago, you might think the dwarves lifelong friends.
I don't want to intrude, seeing as how you got your own trials and travails, but I don't suppose you've been to Reaper's Coast of late. Maybe heard of a fella named, what was it? Lohar?
Aloha? Yeah, I know of the guy. From back when I was looking for fishing work out in Driftwood. He's, how shall I say, an entrepreneur. Still out there a bit. Had his stubby fingers and a lot of pies, if you get my meaning.
Sounds like a man I'd buy 2 flagons of mead for. One for drinking and one for toasting. I, got something for him. I'll tell him you sent your regards, Mr.
It's Duggan it is. Oh, and this here's Leah. You gotta be sick of that collar. Leah, you can get it fixed up, yeah?
These poor souls in their time of need. I pray that you
Sure
ease
thing.
and see them safe in your grace.
Bet you're glad to be rid of it. Amazing to meet the beast in flesh. Let's see if we can get you back to sea. Fighting the good fight, yeah? Your lungs have got to be starved for the salt air.
Beast chortles and nods, then passes you a sly wink. Such a charm bucket.
Mother of magic, hear my prayer. Protect these poor souls in their time of need. I pray that you ease their pains and see them safe in your grace. They found us. Found him. Won't ever stop.
Wished Bonnie Barn, now don't you cry. The birds are asleep, the moon's in the sky. The seven watch o'er us, you're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes and rest your wee head.
Maybe we should fortify this place. Make a stand. No, no, we don't have the time.
Bless
Think, damn
and
it.
protect your humble servant.
Gareth would know what to do.
Smoke and screams. Echoes of death. Gareth, please come back.
Wished Bonnie...
Duggan stands over Leia, singing softly as she mutters about Gareth.
There, lass. Don't you worry. Gareth will be back soon. You'll see.
Before you stands a figure, her body wreathed in cloth. All you can see of her eyes are two dark holes in an ornate mask.
Armadia's blessings, child. I have not seen this face in our sanctuary before. Pray, who are you?
Hush, Bonnie Baron, now don't you cry. The birds are asleep.
You seek the same information as Gareth. You stand in the peace of Armadia's love and search for more ways to kill. What creatures we are.
Smoke and screams. Echoes of death.
I always felt safe in Armadia's presence. But now that the Voidwoken stalk the swamp, perhaps you are right. On this island, there lies an ancient armory, filled with soul-forged weapons, powerful enough to turn aside any shrieker. They are the weapons that brought the Seekers so low. I have read of similar devices in books detailing Brachus's crimes. I had hoped Rivellon would never see them again, but these are dark days.
They said on what showed us they're safe in bed.
He set off north, to the ruins of Brachus's source armory, but there is no way to know what he found there, even if he survived the swamps. Walk ever in Armadia's grace, child.
Gareth would know what to do.
Wished, Bonnie Baron, now don't you cry. The birds are asleep, the moon's in
Hello
the
again,
sky.
child. What brings you here?
Showed us you're safe in bed. So close your sweet eyes and rest where we head.
Gareth. He set off to find the soul-forged weapons of Brachus Rex. A brave mission, and a dangerous one. But I cannot stop you, if you wish to follow in his footsteps. North of here you'll find the ruins of Brachus's source armory. Nothing in this land can counter the Shrieker's power like those weapons. Without them, the Seekers walk ever in Armadia's...
Wished, Bonnie Baron, now don't you cry.
Mother of
The
magic,
birds are asleep,
hear my
the moon's
prayer.
in the sky. They said
Protect
on what showed
these
us
poor
you're
souls
safe
in their
bed.
time of need.
So close your
I
sweet
pray that
eyes
you ease their
and
pain
rest your wee
and
head.
see them safe in your grace.
I found us. Found him. Won't ever stop.